Can you promise me it won't get, like, messed up?
Taliban can't touch this.
If you ever catch me in some sort of like dopey group therapy, you have permission to kill me.
So we're all here? Who wants to start?
Directed by Kyle Hossman Stokes, who uses his own experience as a base. This is a story about a veteran who comes back and actually has a relationship with a dead friend. Sonequa Martin-Green is the person. Ed Harris is her grandfather. Natalie Morales is Zoe.
Grief is handled differently by different personalities. So talk, if you will, about what you decided your character would do in this situation.
Go ahead.
That's a really deep question. Thank you for that question. So much of this story is about that. Is about that navigation of grief and really the dangers of not handling it well. I was in a state of grief when we were shooting this, but I didn't use my own grief, but I did nevertheless relate. I think that the way grief is handled in this story is really fascinating. Grief is handled by both of these characters in this really interesting way.
Your thoughts?
Two sides to the same coin, you know?
Yeah. I think, I mean, my character is a manifestation of her grief.
Right.
So
Yes.
sort of what she's talking about. And that it was interesting to work with you on that. And like, I remember asking you a few times, like, what do you think your grief would do here? How manipulative would it be in this particular situation? And that was interesting for me to play because this was constant tactic change, you know, and constant. It was not really a human being. It was I have called it a grief demon.
It's a manifestation. That's an interesting way of putting it. I want to bring Ed in here. You don't take roles unless you find something about them that's challenging. That's been my impression of you over the years. What was it about this role that was challenging?
Well, you know, I had met with Kyle. I mean, the reason I did this film was really because of Kyle. We met and he told me why he wanted to do it, the backstory of his own life and the two buddies that he lost when they returned back to the States. And so that was really more so than even the character, it was wanting to join him in his effort to tell this story. Because he's really hoping the film helps some people, you know. I think he feels if he can save a life, one life, because of this film, it'd be worth it.
I hope you're quite right about that, Ed, and I thank you all very much for giving me your time with this.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet
Patrick.
you.
Flicks with Patrick Stoner explores the craft and culture of filmmaking that enhance our communities for television stations and websites around the country.